after watching She-Hulk, I can watch anything and feel like it's a good thing, you know. That alone should tell you how much I hate She-Hulk. But on the other hand, we do have Loki, which is one of the best show that was produced by Marvel, to be honest. So now that the first episode of Loki season 2 is premiered, I think it's time to watch it. And hopefully it's as good as the first one.
I got the intruder. Loki. What? Just a second ago. Well, you didn't know me. Casey. Something terrible is happening. I'm being pulled from... Wait, no. Has it always been there?
So, in other words, it's time traveling, you know, future past, and it does not even have a control of what is happening. That's a cool concept, to be honest. It's a cool concept, but how does Loki, you know, feel about it? Like, how does I don't know what it does to Loki so far, you know, so.
Loki?
The branches are growing. They're way past red line. And you put out an order to stop pruning.
We just need a moment to explain.
Into the microphone, Hunter. We are doing this by the book and on the record.
We just need a moment to explain.
Make it make sense.
So Loki is in the same room but in a different time. Because I don't think it's a different much, it's more of different time. So how did he also in the future I think they covered it up, and now in the past it's all reviewed up, you know. So yeah. It's a little bit confusing about time traveling, you know.
You are quite a marvel. I will be proud to lead with you. You made a difference in this war. Thank you for being on my team.
Can't go back to pruning those branches.
I can do anything.
And she looks she looks weird. What she's very old. Look at the ends, like why? Oh yeah, welcome to the meeting.
Loki! Mobius!
That guy is funny, you know, he's just sleeping. They just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
No! Tell me you recognize me.
Stand
You know
down.
me? Just a moment ago, you didn't know me.
Oh yeah, wake up.
Mobius. We found him. Who? Him. Loki?
Oh yeah, they did cover it up. So I was right about that. It seems like they have no idea about it, so he did cover it up.
That's who stole the Orions! That's who's coming back! Easy. Put it down. She was going to kill him. Sylvie? Mobius,
Sylvie?
yes.
Where is she?
I don't know. Come on. She took me through a timeline.
The timekeepers are fake, but their warnings were real.
Where's Sylvie then? I don't know. She's still there. I just wanted time to think. It was an impossible choice, but she seems so certain. How could she be given the possible consequences? I just wanted time to think. Slow down, Loki. You wanted time to think, so let's think. It's okay. Mobius. We got to the man at the end of time. And he made sense. We thought it was about freeing the timeline, but that brings only more malevolence, more violence, more war, more of him. They're coming. They're all coming. he wasn't. She was convinced he was. We fought, Mobius, and she kicked me through a time door.
Well, I'd ask who won, but
Not really necessary. No, not really necessary. This is not the time where you make comedy. It's not the time.
Stop her. She was gonna kill him. Stop. Just relax. Forget about it.
oh, Renslayer kicked me down some steps too. Listen,
I just wish I had tried harder. I wish I'd had more time.
don't do the coulda, woulda, shoulda. Just focus on what we know.
That is what we know. War, and it's on its way.
I'm having trouble reconciling that.
Ouroboros. May I call you OB?
OB? I like that. Do I know you?
Yes, in the future. Well, it's your future. My present.
So you're telling me these guys don't age, in the TV, that they don't age at all because it does not look different whatsoever.
Impossible to time slip in the TVA.
But you just saw it happen.
Yeah, I'm having trouble reconciling that. I know it looked like your friend was time slipping, but it must have been something else because I've never seen anything close to that happen before. Wait. No. There was one time. That guy that was here, what was his name?
Loki?
Yeah. A long time ago, he came to me complaining about his branchiness.
Make it back.
Right, but when I use this thing, I might not make it back.
Oh, that's not good. That's not gonna give him time at all.
You'll make it back.
This is the first time we went to the future, right? He was only traveling in the present to the past, right? So this is the first time we went to the future. So the outcome of what happens in the present makes it like how does this work? Because if he's in the future, he must be able to see himself or see some much of a clue that he did what he was supposed to do. Or time traveling is confusing.
You will age away, and you'll get very old, and all your skin will get peeled away, and you will die.
Is this cracked?
Oh, nothing that they can fix.
You're good.
OB! Ready to see some hoofing like you've never seen before.
Okay.
Also, what is happening in the future? Like, what is truly happening? It seems like everything is just in chaos.
We need to find Sylvie.
Well, not possum, not rats. Something that's already dead and nothing with a face. Please.
Well, you can try our new chicken McNuggets, and we have a Big Mac.
Okay, let me just say this. I don't like it when movies, show people in the restaurant or where there are a lot of people like a park or anything, and they are all laughing. Like, that's not possible. Not everyone is laughing. It just, you have to have some one or two people who are sad or something like that, or weird people too. Is it me, or does this feel more like, I don't know, same? I can't say it's a bad episode. I'll be lying if I say that. It's a good episode. But my expectations were a little bit too high, to be honest. This feels same, like part of season one, like it's just an episode in season one, and with everything that has been happening in the MCU, it's just it just feels like it's alone, and I don't know. It's really hard to grasp what I'm trying to. It's not actually. What I'm trying to say is that everything about the MCU from the beginning up to now, or at least phase one up to phase three, it always felt somewhat connected. The timeline was just straightforward. It was just straight line, nothing confusing. Since after that, everything has been just something is done, something is happening there, something is happening there. Just it's confusing. And one of the things that I actually have a question, and I would be glad if one of you answers it or comments down below, like an explanation, is that remember the end of Eternals or just Eternals? There those big, huge. I do remember. I forgot the name, but I know the name. I forgot it. The ones who just like were born on. They can be born on Earth, then they destroy the planet they're born in, so that they can make other planets. Not even other planets, but just the universe or something like that. Then we also have King on the other side, just being king and just trying to rule everything. Like, how does these two contribute to each other? Does like those people who make universe don't they don't they care about these things they are making? Like seriously, because if King is coming in just running everything, and what's the purpose of everything? It's just, I don't know, it feels like a mess, and we need more of a continuation to understand those people. On this other side, King is, I don't know, MCU is a mess right now. And I know it's more about the motivation and everything like that, but nothing has ever felt more disconnected like this, to be honest. And I think the only movie actually that felt more connected to the past, it was Spider-Man No Way Home, because that movie actually, it sort of continued on what happened in Endgame, uh, the loss of everything, not Endgame as such, but Far From Home and everything that happened before that. It just feels more connected, and because of that, I enjoyed it much more. And I know, when we are watching these movies and everything like that, you should enjoy it for the story of what it is about, not for the connection that it is. But with the MCU, you can't help but think about the connections, because it already connected with each other. So if anything contradicts each other and they just kind of don't make sense, you have to sort of think about it, because you are required to think about it because it's connected, obviously. So yeah. So this episode, that's not a bad episode, but yes, Loki, to be honest, it does not feel more like Loki nowadays. This vision of Loki that we're having, it just feels like another superhero. Just, the funny thing that I actually didn't like Loki about, especially before he had his own show, was he was more of a villain, sort of in the middle, like an anti-hero and a villain, or somewhere in the middle, And the only thing that he also wanted to do was always be king, on Asgard. Always Asgard was destroyed, so there's nothing there. But he always wanted to rule the world or something like that. And I think that really made him somewhat of a unique character to everyone, a hero and a villain. And he was somewhere in the middle, especially with the relationship he had with Thor, and somewhat cares about people but does not care a lot, because he would be willing to do anything, kill anybody, but for him to be just the ruler. So now that Loki is more like trying, instead of saving the world or the city, no, he's trying to save the multiverse, saving everyone. Just he's trying a lot, and you could say it's character progressive, character development. And I won't disagree as such, but it does not make me feel like it's a good character development. It's more of a boring character development, because I do miss the days when Loki was actually Loki. These days it just feels more like Loki is Thor, another superhero, and it does not have the charm he used to have. He does not have that anymore. And I understand that in this place he is in the TVA, he has no control. He cannot do what he used to do. He cannot say, "Oh, I am the king," or try to do some weird stuff. And this is partially because he is more caring. Because if he didn't care, he would be just saying I don't care. It would be like, yeah, whatever happened, there are heroes on earth. They will try to fix this. I really don't care. But now they find a way to make sure that Loki, is the person trying to fix everything. The first season that I actually didn't really care about that much, about Loki caring, was that it was more about himself. He was more about it was himself. It was centered around him. He was more selfish. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's the look I like, the vision I like. I'm not trying to say that people should be selfish, but yeah, when it comes to TV series, there are some characters that are much better when they're selfish. Just Loki. But this time he's more caring. It's just I I really don't feel like I'm watching Loki anymore. It just feels I'm watching another variant of Loki. It's no longer our real Loki. Our real Loki died a long time ago, to be honest. This one is a new vision. I don't really hate it. It just becomes more of a boring character. And yeah, this one, the war time period, the war, working Loki on the Thames, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's also another weird thing. The whole thing is just confusing. Like I said before, I wouldn't say this is a bad episode. I wouldn't say it's a great, like 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. I'll say it's a decent episode. It's watchable. There isn't really much to laugh at. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy about it because with the situation that they're in, with the situation that were presented in it, how dangerous it is, it's understandable why, we use not more, there isn't really much of jokes around. It's understandable. So, and it makes more sense because you're in a tough situation, you have to think like you're in a tough situation. You don't have to make jokes all the time. So, thinking for that reason, I'm actually like, okay, that's something that Marvel rarely does. They always find a way to make sure that there's comment in everything, but Loki feels somewhat different from the others. And that's one of the things. Loki wasn't always trying to make. He was more for character that's just a fun not on its own way. So I just that's something that I loved about Loki. So I really don't really have much to say about the first episode, and I expect the next episode to be much better, to be somewhat different, somewhat feel like I'm watching a different, a new season. Because this feels like I'm watching the same season. It's like the same as the last one, and that's not really good. And it's more of a continuation than a new season. It's more like, well, part one, this is part two. It does not feel like it's a new season because when you think about new season, it's more of a new everything. Same old characters, new everything, new situation. But this one, it's more of a continuation, and I think this is one of the things that is really hurting the Marvel right now. It's more of trying to continue something, instead of having standalone stories. A story that is just focused on the characters, that other people from other shows being affected by it. It's something that is missing from Loki. And if we actually focus on that kind of storyline, it does not mean you can do continuation. It's like something that cameos are made for. You make cameo, you do something at the end of the movie to just show that it's still connected and this is what is happening on the other side of the world. So that is something that I say it's actually missing from Marvel these days. Just feels like everything has to be somewhat connected. The entire series is just more focused on what is happening overall on everything on the MCU. This is what I mean. It's like something that was never actually a serious matter when it comes to phase one and phase three. Phase one up to phase three, I mean. After that, everything just became more like you can't live without the other. You can't understand a story without seeing the last movie. It just becomes a mess, and at the end of the day, people will just move away from it. And I know there are a lot of superheroes, to be honest, superhero shows, but as for Loki, to me, it feels felt somewhat of a different because He's not much of a superhero who is, he was never much of a superhero. Nowadays it seems like, special based on what I've seen, it's more like he's trying to be a superhero. He cares, that's the last vision I want to see of Loki. But he cares a lot, so it is what it is. So guys, this is my reaction to the first episode of Loki season 2. And like I said, it's a decent episode. If I have to rate it, I think I would give it somewhat of a, and I think 7 would be the best, Because it's not a bad 7 out of 10. It's not a bad episode. It's not really a bad episode. It just, like I said before, the last season was one of the best seasons of Marvel has ever created, Out of all the shows, like WandaVision is amazing, Loki is amazing, Moon Knight is amazing. They are not amazing shows like out of the sword, but they are great watchable shows, You can compare them to Secret Invasion or She-Hulk, they are just totally different levels. And Loki is one of the best, so yeah. But I'm just like, it feels like it's just the same season as the last one. Yeah, I'm complaining because I wanted to see something different. That's why I'm saying it's not a bad episode, because I did love the last season and it seems like it's the same as the last season. Therefore, I really don't hate it because I don't like it, but I also wanted to see something different. I also wanted them to take somewhat of a risk. So yeah, it's just a mess. So guys, if you like my reaction, like I said before, make sure that you do like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.